Hi guys, so today I'm going to be doing a plan with me for the week of June 26th through July 2nd. We are finally getting into July, so we are just chugging right along while I try to get caught up. So this week there wasn't anything too exciting going on. It was just kind of a generic summer week, so I decided to break out one of my summer kits. This is one that I think I picked up this year. It's called Hello Summer by ScribblePrintsCo. Art is by Elaine from Coffee Doodles Co., who is unfortunately now closed. I think this was one of her last sets, which is very sad, but I love this set. It's very beautiful. And I love these colors. I think they're like pretty unique, especially for summer, so very excited to be using those. I did decide to pair it with hollow foil, so I have my hollow basics right here. I was kind of torn between like hollow or a light pink or lavender, or even like pink hollow or lavender hollow, but I decided just a classic hollow would be nice. Nothing too crazy. And then I have some other items from my basics collection, which I highly recommend you check out my website on a computer if you have access to one. I have kind of rearranged some things on the basics collection and underlays pages to make it more easily browsable. But yeah, I pulled in some bow confetti stuff. So this sheet I just kind of makeshifted, but the Simple Line 15mm washi is actually available in shop now. And then we have bow confetti. So these are going to be my washi overlays. And then for confetti headers, I decided to create these bows. It was one of these things that I decided to do just for spread, but is now an actual shop product. So I already had the bow confetti headers, but I decided to do just the row of bows and then also some line bows. So I have these in shop, and then some versions with the bow on the right side and the left side. But this sampler sheet is not available because I don't really do them like this anymore. And then I have some varieties of confetti and then bow confetti overlays, and then I just printed off a bunch of borders. Obviously I'm not going to be using that one. Those are really hard to foil typically. And then I have my double box scenes, and then for underlays I decided to go with terrazzo for no particular reason other than I really wanted to use terrazzo underlays at some point. And I have terrazzo kits, but this was not one of them. But I was like looking at like this pattern here, and I was like, if I squint, I can convince myself that that's like terrazzo rather than just some other kind of pebbly stone. So I was looking for any excuse to use them. So they're going to get mostly covered up anyway, so it's fine. And then I have some summer quotes that I'm going to pull in as well. I don't have any like particular plan for where the overlays are going to go. I started off doing that for quite some time, but in the last few spreads I've just been kind of winging it, which honestly I like a lot better because it's a lot easier. But yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and lay down the base, and then I will see you on the other side for the day by day. Let's get into it. Okay guys, so let's go ahead and get into the day by day. Starting off on Monday, I did start the week by finishing up a batch of orders. So I marked printing and cutting with a huge sticker from Sweet Avis Paper. I think that was one that I recently hauled. It's quite a larger sticker than I'm used to working with, but I had an inkling that it would work with a square box, so it did. So I'm happy about that. And I even had room to write. So after that I marked foiling with some of my own doodles for foil rolls, and I also packed orders. That sticker is from Once More with Love. Unfortunately, that day my silhouette machines were acting up, which happens about 50% of the time whenever I'm doing orders. Half the time, they're all going to decide they don't want to work in a multitude of ways, so that's always fun to deal with. And that sticker to mark that is from Sweet Ava's paper as well. I did listen to podcasts while I worked. That sticker is from the Coffee Monsters Co. And I did do a weights workout after that. I think this was because my boyfriend wasn't coming home until the next day, so that's the only time I work out on Mondays. Because usually he comes home on Mondays, and Monday and Tuesday is our weekend. So that explains that anomaly. That sticker is from Once More Love, if I didn't already say so. I'm a little bit ahead. But yeah, that evening I had some cereal as a snack, which is always a special treat, so I marked that with a sticker from the Coffee Monsters Co. And then it suddenly hit me that July was beginning in just a few days, and I had been thinking about doing a PR team, but I was gonna start planning that I think in the next couple weeks. But I realized that, oh wow, the next quarter is beginning, quarter 3 is beginning in just a few days, and PR teams are usually by quarter, so I realized it was pretty much now or never. So I very quickly had to throw together the entire structure of the team, which I had thought kind of about it in the past. I had outlined it a little bit on what the requirements would be and how it would kind of work, but I hadn't really drawn up any actual documents. So I had to draw up all the documents. I had to completely put together the Trello board where the team would be hanging out and posting their uploads essentially, or uploading their posts rather. So everything that they post to Instagram, they have to upload to Trello, so I can keep track of their PR posts that way. It makes my job a lot easier. And then I had to put together all of the rules and requirements and all the posting ideas. I had to basically draw up all the documentation and write out the application form as well. So that took forever. I marked doing that with a sticker from Paper Echoes, I believe. And then I did work the entire night doing that, so I stayed up until 8 a.m. doing that. So I did mark that I worked all night with a sticker from Some Little Things. Oh, I really did not want to stay up until 8 a.m., but I basically just had to get it done because I had to get the applications out ASAP, so I could have a few days to have applications rolling in before I chose members for the team. So I wanted all of Tuesday to be able to have applications coming in. So that would be Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And then I think most of Friday, and I think I chose on Friday afternoon. So yeah, I wanted the most amount of days possible for those to come in. So that meant I basically had to stay up until it was done, as opposed to just because I wake up, pretty late in the day, so as opposed to just working on it the next day, because then that would pretty much lose all of Tuesday. So yeah, that really sucked. So Tuesday morning was actually kind of funny because Aurora still had summer school. My boyfriend wasn't back yet to drive her to school like he usually would. And we had heard from another kid that the buses did run. We heard from the school that there was no bus schedule, but we saw buses parking at the school when I went to drop her off, and we heard from another kid that buses do run. So we tried to wait outside at the time that he told us to see if we could catch the bus, but it didn't come. So I don't know, maybe that kid was talking about something else. Maybe the buses run some other location, but they don't come to our apartments. I don't know. Either way, there was no bus, so I marked that with a sticker from Carly Plans. And then after, I had basically stayed up to the point of being able to wait up for the bus with her, and so I still needed to get in my 8 hours of sleep, so I did sleep the whole day after that. That sticker is also from Carly Plans. And then during that time, my boyfriend came home. That sticker is from Stick with the Plan Co. And then we went out for breakfast, which was my breakfast because it was very late in the day, but I had just woken up. That sticker is from, I think, Fox and Cactus. We went out to Denny's, which is one of my favorite breakfast places. And then we watched Detective Pikachu for the first time. That was actually really funny. Like, it has one of my favorite, like, funny movie scenes of all time in it, which was the Mr. Mime part. I don't know, that was just the funniest thing I've ever seen in any movie, and we still, like, quote it to this day. It was just, I had to, like, actually pause the movie. I was cracking up so hard for, like, several minutes. Like, I just could not pull myself together. Oh my goodness, it was so funny. Anyway, I had this Detective Pikachu sticker from Some Little Things, so I just grabbed that. And then after that, I passed out early, which I don't know why I did, because I was up for, like, barely only a few hours that day, but clearly I was tired enough to pass out anyway. So that sticker is from VideoPad Creations. Wednesday, the next morning, I argued with my boyfriend. I think this was because he had once again slept in, missed the alarm to take Aurora to school. And so basically they thought they were going to stay home all day, which this has happened before. And it was like a huge argument then, because I was just like, no, just because you sleep in and miss your responsibilities does not mean that she gets to have like a free day home from school. Like, that is not what that means. That means you take her to school late. Like, you don't just call the whole thing off. Like, she still needs education. So we had the same argument again. And I told him that, remember at the end of the last time this happened, you said you weren't going to do this again. Like, this is not going to become a habit. And so after another huge argument, he finally gave in and did take her to school. So I don't know. I feel like that shouldn't be even an argument. And of course, she's happy to just miss a day of school. But I'm like, no, you've missed already 5 years of school in your entire life. Like, you need the education. So we're not going to play this game. Anyway, that sticker is from Paper K. Let's see, later in the day, I believe we went to the library. I think we were just dropping off a book. That sticker is from, I think, SPC. We got groceries. That's from ScribblePrintsCo. We also did laundry. That's from SPC as well. We stopped to get a protein shake, which is right next to the laundromat. It was my first time trying out this place that I think my boyfriend has been to. I got like an apple pie protein shake, which was very healthy, but did not taste very great. It didn't taste like apple pie at all. It tasted like graham cracker, and like not very sweet graham cracker either. So I was not super happy with that. That sticker's from Whimsy. And then we both took a nap. That sticker's from Happy Day. My boyfriend made us tacos for dinner, which was so good. He makes really good tacos. That sticker is from Sweet Avis Paper. And then we all watched Ice Age: The Adventures of Buck Wild, finally, which is the last Ice Age movie. It has been out for quite a while, but we have just never seen it. So we did watch it to complete the series. And that sticker is from Once More with Love. Unfortunately, I think Blue Sky has dissolved by now. So the production company that made Ice Age. So there will be no more movies, which is very sad. But the ones that we got were very good. So Thursday, I slept in. That sticker is from Apple Blossom Prints. I think my boyfriend had gone off to work by then. So when I woke up, I washed my hair. That's from Shine Sticker Studio. I did a bike workout. I believe this was full body, so it was weights and a bike. But I just marked it with a Peloton sticker from SPC. And then I caught up on all of my emails that I had missed over the weekend, which is typically what I do. I don't do like any of my normal admin stuff on weekend days because I just want to spend time with my family. And that sticker is from the Coffee Monsters Co. I did have to pick up Aurora from summer school, and that sticker is from Happy Day. And I filmed new releases that day. Well, first I print and cut them, but I had to do this out of order just because of the arrangement of the icons. But I print and cut them. That sticker is from Hey Soul Sticker. And then I filmed those releases, and that is from SPC. I did listings for the collection. That is a laptop from SPC. I fed Anastasia, my snake. She did eat that day, which is an anomaly, so it's always fun to mark that in my planner. I usually do a square box with that, which is funny, but I used a sticker from Pumpkin Paper Co. for that. That was like a Harry Potter custom sticker that you could like get to look like you in like whatever Harry Potter outfit you want and with whatever accessory. So I chose like me in a Ravenclaw outfit, but I did choose to hold a Slytherin snake just because I have a snake and I thought that would be fun to mark her activities. So yep, I do use that on occasion. And then let's see, with all of the work stuff that evening, I did work very late yet again. That sticker's from Once More Love to mark that. Going into Friday, I made my pancake meal prep in the morning. That is from Papershire. It's probably afternoon by then. And then I had my morning tea, which I only marked because I had room to do so. That's from the CoffeeMonsters.co. But yeah, I have tea every morning. And then I picked up Aurora from summer school. I think I had dropped her off that morning as well, but I only mark it once per day, whether it's picking up or dropping off. So that sticker is from Sweet Ava's paper. I did some designing. I designed the freebie that day, which was the only designing I did. But I did mark that in half box for some reason with a sticker from Shine Sticker Studio. And then I filmed the welcome video for my PR team because I had basically chosen it by that point, and I wanted to have the video ready for the start of term, which would be the next day. So I filmed like a little welcome video because I really wanted to, make it feel like personal, like, my team is like my friends. So I wanted everybody to feel properly welcomed. So I did film a face-to-face video for that. So I used a vlogging sticker from Joy of Planning. And then I took a nap. That pillow is from Carly Plans. So later in the day, I did my new releases newsletter. That sticker is from the CoffeeMonsters.co. And then I also worked on some more swatch books. I believe this was the very last time I did swatch books because in the pre-order I had said all of them will be shipped out before July. So yes, I finished up the very last of them on that day. That sticker is from CriftPlannerCo. In case you are curious and you haven't picked up a swatch book yet, I'm going to try to do pre-orders like periodically until I have enough time to like have some in stock constantly, which won't be for a while, I bet. But in the meantime, I will do pre-orders for them. And I think the next one will be opening up around the holidays, probably in December. Let's see. And then it was another day of working very late trying to get those swatch books out before technically the next month started. And that sticker is from Stick With Plan Co. So here I am a little bit ahead once again because I was trying to find a foil icon to cover up the underlays where I had like scratched it and left a black spot because I think I had to like rearrange the labels. So yeah, that star looks very out of place, but that is the purpose of that being there. Well, might as well start getting into Saturday. So I did my business bookkeeping kind of as like the first task of the day. I have on my schedule to do every Wednesday, but like I pretty much never remember to do it on Wednesday. But my goal is once a week to do the bookkeeping for the previous week. It's definitely a task that I want to like outsource to somebody because it does take longer than I want to spend on it. Just because of the way that I do it in QuickBooks. It's not really an automatic process. There's a lot of like manual stuff that has to be involved just because QuickBooks is more meant for like if you have a service-based business where you invoice people and have like accounts receivable. It's not really super intuitive for like a product business. So basically instead of, because like you can have like all your orders uploaded into QuickBooks like automatically, but it like shows them as invoices that like need to be marked paid or whatever, and it's a whole headache to do it that way. It's also a headache to do it my way, but at least my way makes more sense, which is just going based off of like bank deposits. But I do have to like go through each order and total up like the total amount and then shipping, and then what is separate is the coupons and like sales tax and all that kind of stuff. So I have to like account for all of that separately. So I do have to go through every single order individually in my shop and add all that up. So I'm kind of glad I'm not a bigger shop because of that, but also I wish I was a bigger shop because of money. But at that point, if I get to that point, then I definitely want to outsource it because it's going to be just too crazy to keep up with every week. Anyway, I don't remember where that sticker is from, but now that I'm sufficiently behind again, I did some more orders that day, printing and cutting. That's from Sweet Ava's paper. I did foiling, of course, as part of it. That is from Papershire. Listen to podcasts as usual. That is from CriftPlannerCo. I did a weights workout. That was, I think, biceps and legs, and that's a leftover sticker from somewhere. And then I called my boyfriend, which again I do pretty much every day that he's not here, but I only mark it when I have room. So I had another larger like phone call sticker that I wanted to use, so I put it in the third box, and that sticker is from PaperDollsCo. Sunday, oh my goodness, Sunday was the worst because I woke up to having ants in my cookies. I think this was the first time, but yeah, it was just, we've been having a huge problem with flies and ants and mosquitoes and just roaches, beetles, every single kind of bug, spiders especially now. So every single bug you can think of is now in our house and in our apartment. And I've never had this problem before growing up. I never had a single bug problem in any of like the 10 plus houses or apartments that I've lived in until now. So I don't know how to deal with it, and I'm doing all I can. Like I tried the ant bait traps. They were too smart. They did not fall for it. We have like the spray that you're supposed to spray the outside of your house with, and that's supposed to last for a year. We spray and it barely works, and then what it does help, it only helps for like a week. So like that doesn't work. Like nothing helps. And yeah, we try to keep everything, all of our surfaces clean, and it's like it's no dirtier than it's ever been in every other place that I've lived, but somehow like the ants just find their way in the house, and I don't know what to do about it. So I'm glad that we're kind of hoping to move out of here, but I'm just afraid that the next place we go to is going to have the same problem, at which point I will call like pest control and see if they have a solution, but I don't have high confidence because I've heard that they can't do very much. So I'm just really scared. I don't want to live the whole rest of my life with bugs on every surface of the house. Like literally there are ants on every single surface in this house, and they get in all the food. It's horrible. So yeah, they infested my favorite cookies that day, and it was pretty much a full box of cookies. That was pretty expensive, so we had to throw out the entire thing because they were non-salvageable. So that was a day ruiner. Anyways, I had this ant sticker from Crafty Planner Go to mark that, and unfortunately I'm gonna need to request like a whole sheet of ants because that's my life now. And then I argued with my boyfriend about it because he was just like, oh, it's not a big deal. And I'm like, yeah, you're not here 5 days a week. You don't have to deal with these ants 5 days a week. You don't have to deal with them barely at all. And then he comes home for the 2 days and he just like doesn't care. He's like, oh, I grew up with this stuff. This is not a problem. Like, it's still a problem though, whether you grew up with it or not. Like, this is not how normal people should be living. So we argued about that. That sticker's from Happy Daya. And then of course I marked cleaning the kitchen of the ant problem, at least temporarily. That's from Carly Plans. And I did more orders, so we did printing and cutting. That sticker's from Stick with the Plan Co. Foiling, that's from Papershire. And then packing orders, that is from Sweet With Paper. And then I started another weekly vlog that day. I don't know if I started it, but I did some portion of a weekly vlog that day. And that is from, I think, the Prairie Planner. So yeah, that is the spread. This is like one of the prettiest spreads I've done in a while. I just love this color scheme so much. And honestly, with the hollow foil, like all of it together, it just really is a gorgeous spread. Like, I love the terrazzo underlays. They are so perfect for this. I actually realized, like, after I filmed the intro that one of the patterns in the kit is a terrazzo pattern. So, like, there was actually terrazzo in the kit, so I'm glad that I was able to pull these underlays for that. Even if it didn't, like, match 100%, it still would have looked good with it, but I am glad that there is terrazzo in the kit. But yeah, it just looks so gorgeous. I love the bottom washi with the like very simple line design. I feel like if you look at that line 15mm overlay in the shop, like on a single sheet of stickers, like it doesn't look like that's the one you want to go for, but then when you lay it down in a spread, it's like, yes, that's the vibe, especially over like really busy washi. Like if I had used it over the tile one at the bottom, like it would have looked great on that too. But this is just like how I happens to do it over the like ombre one, but it still looks so good. So yeah, I have that bow one in the shop now individually. I also have a twinkle design in the shop individually, and then there is a blank one to where you can put whatever icon you want in it. And then some collections also have a themed like line washi like that. Like I think the beach one has one with like a shell in there or something. The seashell has one. Yeah, various of them do, but you can always just get the blank one and then add whatever icon you want from the collection that you're currently planning to use to kind of make your own. So yeah, you can have basically whatever line washi you want, but it looks so simplistic and beautiful, and I love it. And I especially love the bow headers that I created just for this spread, but they're also now available in shop on their own sheets. Plenty of those. So we already had the bow confetti, but then we have the line bows, which the center bow line design is featured here, but I also have left and right versions. And then the one that is just bows is like a classic design that, again, I don't know why I didn't have before, but it's beautiful and I love it. But I especially love mixing all three. So I'm very, very pleased with how this turned out. And yeah, I think the overlays I did a good job on as well. I really like the simple line border overlays and the like confetti line border overlays. I really want to use more of those, like especially in the double box scene on Monday and Tuesday. That just looks like so good. I really need to try to use more of those. So I'm going to try to print those out every time I print out like my basics stuff in a particular foil color for every week. I need to start adding some of that in as well, instead of like the themed stuff all the time. So yeah, so that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. And if you want to like, comment, subscribe, and share it, that would be fantastic. And I will see you in my next video. Ciao, ciao.